guys! Alright, so I'm just going to walk you through real quick a couple of strategies that we are using to solve for perimeter to help you guys help your students. The first one that I'm going to show you is pretty basic. It's when the students are given a shape, given multiple side lengths, and the perimeter. I know it's kind of tough to see, but this top side right here actually has no side length. So that's what they're actually solving for. So what we do here is we remember that this 33 inches is our total, and that it takes all the other sides to add up to get that perimeter. So our very first step is to add up all the sides that were given. So we've got 4, 4, and we talk about putting a check mark to make sure that we get all of them. 6, and another 8. So we would add all those up. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 3 times is 24, plus 6 is 30. So we see that 30 is very close to our total of 33, and whatever the difference is here must be that length of that missing side up there. So then step 2, and we've talked about labeling our steps, that way they know what is what, is to take the total perimeter given and subtract what we already know, or the given perimeter. 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So we now know that 3 inches is our missing side. And then to check, all that the students do is they have to just add up all those sides again to make sure that it equals 33 inches. First off, I just want to apologize for the bell in the last video. It's the end of the day, so, gotta love the bell. Alright, the next one I'm going to show you is when students are, again, given the perimeter, and they're given a shape. However, with this shape, they're not given the side length for any of them. And we talked about when they're not given the side length for any side of the shape, we need to go ahead and assume that all of the sides are equal. That this is a regular, in this case, hexagon, and that all 8 sides will be equal. So what we do here is very simple. We take the total of 40 feet, and we just divide it by however many sides we have. Again, kind of making a little mark on each side to make sure we get all of them. So we count out that there are 8 sides. We do 40 divided by 8, which equals 5. And then each side length would be 5 feet. And again, to check that, students can add up 5, 8 times to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That when they add up the side lengths for each one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, that this, for their math, equals out to the same thing for the other one. The last one that I'm going to show you, I'm going to go ahead and actually write it on the piece of paper. So I hope that you can hear me, because this is the toughest one that they're going to get. It's when they're given a regular rectangular shape, one side length, and the total perimeter. So what we've talked about doing is realizing that when we have a rectangular shape, that whatever one side is, the opposing side will also be that same length. So we go ahead and label that. Then our very first step is to go ahead and add up the 2 sides that are known. We would add 4 inches plus 4 inches to be a total of 8, which is part of our given perimeter. So step 2 would be to subtract that given 8 from 20. So we regroup. That becomes 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 1. Now, what students have a little bit of trouble remembering is that this 12 is not the length of this entire side. That this 12 is the remaining inches that I need when adding up all 4 sides to get this total of 20 inches. A lot of times students will just take this 12, place it there, and call it a day. To stop that and try and help them realize that little mistake is when they're checking it, they would need to add up all the sides, 12 plus 4 plus 12 plus 4, and they would realize that their perimeter is over 20. So that's not right. So the next step that they have to do is they have to realize that this 12 has to be shared equally amongst the 2 sides. So we would take the 12 in step 3. We would take the 12, and since it's equally shared between 2 sides, we divide it by 2, which would give us an answer of 6, which is the answer for that missing side. And then when they come over here to check, again, this is 6 inches as well. they would do 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6, 10, 10, 20, which equals what they were given. And that's how they kind of make sure that their answer is correct. But again, this is the hardest one that they're going to deal with. And it's just really important to remind them over and over that this first step answer of subtracting out the 4 and 4 to get that 12, the 12 is not the answer. That there's still one more step that they have to do. I hope that this helps. Please let me know if you have any questions. I know it kind of gets tough. I'm going to also do one of these for area when we get into that because area is very tricky. Thanks.